Hey guys, it's me, Jackson, my brother Holden. We're going to be reacting to a trailer today, and that trailer is da bomb. It is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we watched this trailer before, but we're going to go through it, see if we can, give our opinions on it, and see if we can point out any little Easter eggs or things that might be in there.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and without further ado, okay, so there we go. We got, so we'll go ahead and stop right there immediately. First stop.
Okay, yes, some people are robbing an ATM.
Yeah, we saw some people.
Type of technology.
Yep, robbing an ATM. They had some technology. This is some technology that's a little reminiscent of maybe some Chitauri tech, you think?
Chitauri tech, some Stark tech maybe or something.
Or maybe that's just what all tech looks like in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, it just all looks like alien technology.
All right.
Or maybe it's Hammer tech, because we saw in Luke Cage, whatchamacallit was just able to get a whole bunch of Hammer tech stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Luke Cage has established that Hammer tech is just
Very
all
easy
over
to
the
find.
place. And Iron Man 2 established that it doesn't work. All right, so we got these dudes, they're robbing the bank. Spider-Man comes in, he does his little Spider-Man routine.
Now, I did want to tell you something. I don't know if you've read about that, but they make a big continuity error because Thor's got his helmet.
Oh, yeah, because this is clearly, based off of the classic, comic book Thor. But nobody's ever seen Thor in the helmet.
Yeah, so how would they know?
That is right. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a big continuity thing. Like these Halloween masks are like, Thor would look better with a helmet.
Yeah, you're slipping, guys. You're slipping. All right. So what did you think of this, kind of funny opening scene here?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool scene. I kind of told you before that it kind of is I think it's a better scene than what they did. But in Amazing Spider-Man, they had a scene kind of similar to it where he stopped a guy from robbing a car or something like that. And he kind of was like, oh, he's got a small knife or something like that, And this kind of feels like that. But like I said, it's done better to me. But again, it just feels like I've kind of seen this before.
What do you think of how the suit looks in here?
I think it looks good. I mean, I liked it in the last one, and it just looks like it's like that, like the eyes being able to move. And
yeah. I mean, I think it does have a little bit of a a weird look to it, just because it's so tight and it's so the webs aren't raised, so it kind of looks a little iffy. But, I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
I've been told that it looks kind of like the Electric Company Spider-Man suit. But I don't know. I think it looks about the same as it did in Civil War. I'd say that it probably doesn't actually look better than the other two, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit and the, Raimi movie Spider-Man suits. But I think that this Spider-Man makes up with his ability to play both Peter Parker and Spider-Man at the same time.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I mean, Marvel, doesn't usually, do the suits exactly like it is in the comics. Because Sam Raimi kind of did it exactly like it was. And even Amazing Spider-Man 2 eventually made it look like it did in the comics.
Yeah.
But, a lot of times they try to make him look a little more tactical. Captain America's suit doesn't have the scales or nothing like that, or the wings. But it does have that same feel to it.
Yeah.
It still looks similar. And they did the same thing for Spider-Man.
Ooh, that Sony logo.
Oh, the Sony logo. Everybody loves the Sony logo, don't they?
Yep. We got Spider-Man here, doing some classic high school stuff. He's got...
looking at girls.
Yep, looking at girls. Liz Allen there. He's got his little buddy. Ned Leeds in this movie, but in the comic book, he's kind of playing the role of Gamekey from the comics.
Yeah, pause it.
I'm just going. Yeah, he's kind of playing the role of Gamekey.
Yeah, but I mean,
Ultimate Spider-Man comics.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of playing. They kind of superimposed Genki onto
Ned Leeds
and let him use that, and maybe one day he'll become Hobgoblin, and we'll get Hobgoblin and
Genki Hobgoblin.
Genki Hobgoblin. Well, he'd be Ned Leeds. He's not Genki. He's Ned Leeds.
Yeah, but it'll be kind of a gankier Hobgoblin.
Well, Ned Leeds isn't very interesting in the comics. I mean, Ned Leeds is either dead or Hobgoblin.
Hey, that's a pretty good place to be. We also saw Zendaya there, who's going to be playing
Michelle.
Didn't get a good look at her in the trailer.
Yeah, she's only in the one scene.
Yeah, she's
looks
in the one
like
scene.
Liz Allen is going to be kind of the love interest kind
Yeah.
of character in this.
Yeah, but it seems kind of like Zendaya might be kind of like a, not like the popular girl, like a girl who's, kind of friends with them or something.
Yeah. But she didn't look very friendly to him. She was like, you guys look like a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, maybe she's the bully.
She's
the Flash Thompson.
Yeah, we didn't get Flash Thompson in there.
Yeah, who's going to be played by Tony?
Ravioli. Ravioli.
Yeah, it's going to be played by the little boy
Zero.
who was in the
He
Grand
was,
Budapest
It was Zero.
Hotel.
His name was Zero, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but you can't just say like, oh yeah, Zero.
Yeah, from Grand
It's
Budapest.
Grand Budapest Hotel. All right, so we got Tony Stark here, talking to him in the car. So this I believe, and I'll pause it again here. I think I've heard speculation that this takes place right after Civil War. So he's like dropping him off back from Civil War. He's like, "Can I keep the suit?" And he tells him everything here. So I think that's where this goes.
So like right after
Yeah.
he's like, my best friend's in the hospital and I don't know how he feels. He's like, I gotta take this kid back
He's
to
in here
Queens.
making jokes.
He's like, I gotta take this kid back to Queens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'd have to. All right. So he wouldn't have like Jarvis do it for him.
Well,
Because he
Jarvis-
lost all his robots. So. Yeah, Jarvis is the Vision. Let me pause this again here. I got some speculation on what I think this is because you asked me like, who's shooting this footage right
Yeah, I
here?
mean, that's been a big thing is who's shooting the footage. Nobody was there.
You know who I think did it?
What? He
Peter.
did. Yeah, because he had a video camera or something.
Yeah, like classic Spider-Man webbed it to like a wall so that he could,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe sell it to the Daily Bugle.
Yeah, maybe. But don't you think like Iron Man and them would get really mad at him?
No, because he'd just be like, I didn't do it.
No, because it'd be like Peter. What? I mean, Iron Man would be able to trace it back to him and be like, "Why'd you do that?" And he'd be like, "Oh, because I thought I'd make some money off of it." And he's like, "Why? This was an international incident. You took pictures of it. You took a video recording of it.
Hey, journalism. There's got to be a free press, Tony Stark.
Whatever."
I don't know. And maybe he's not selling it yet, but maybe it just shows that he's got an affinity for taking video stuff.
I don't know. I mean, Tony also had videos of Spider-Man doing a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah. So maybe, he's like, yeah, I got payback.
You still with us?
We got the lady from Orange is the New Black there, playing the Jackal in this movie.
Ned Leeds finding out that he's Spider-Man. We
Yeah.
see that the suit can.
It's got like a little suction
It's got a
thing.
suction thing. We
Here,
see that
told-
Tom Holland had to work out to get that nice six-pack.
Yep. Let's look at the Vulture. What do you think What do you think of the Vulture?
I'm not blown away with it. I mean, it looks fine. I like that they got the collar, the fur collar, but it just kind of looks a little too generic for me.
Yeah. Now, we'll pause here because I kind of missed it. Maybe go back a little, but we missed Donald Glover. It's a little short cameo in this trailer. There's been speculation on who Donald Glover could play because obviously a lot of people like Donald Glover, so they want him to play somebody other than just like guy number 2.
Yeah.
So, who do you think he might be playing in this?
It's like I said, I think honestly he's probably just going to be like Doug number 2. Remember Cal Penn in Superman Returns? I didn't say anything in
Yeah.
it, but everybody was watching and saying, "Hey, it's Cal Penn. I wonder if he's going to be somebody
Or
or say
Anthony
something."
Michael Hall in
Or
Dark
Anthony
Knight?
Michael Hall in Dark Knight,
And
and
he
then
was just like newscaster.
and then just by the end he was just like a nobody. I think that's probably how he'll be, or he might be like the Prowler.
Yep. Yep. Those
Maybe. There's a slight chance.
Those are the 2 likeliest options. In your pie chart, it's like 90% random guy, 10% Prowler.
Because, I mean, if he's the Prowler, he could be, you know, like the ultimate Spider-Man Prowler, where he's Miles Morales' uncle, and, you know, that will kind of lead.
Yeah.
That could be like a nice little Easter egg or something like that for Miles Morales in the future or something.
Yeah, and the Prowler's always been a character that we like. The regular Prowler was kind of like, you know, a guy who was, you know, used this technology he made for cat burglaring and stuff, and then eventually became a good guy and Spider-Man's friend. So you might mix them together too. That might be an appealing spot that I think most fans would be happy to see Donald Glover do, to be like, oh, he's Spider-Man's friend, and he's got a connection to Miles Morales. So,
Yeah, because he kind of helped create Miles Morales.
truly.
In the fact that somebody said, oh, Donald Glover should be Spider-Man, and then Brian Michael Bendis heard about that, and he created Miles Morales. So,
Yep, so
in
it's
a
his-
way, it's Donald Glover's fault that Miles Morales exists. People who hate Miles Morales.
All right, so we got Michael Keaton's going to kill his whole family.
Yeah, Michael Keaton as a Vulture. I like Michael Keaton as a Vulture. It's just like I said, I'm not necessarily, you know, blown away by the look. You know, I like the claws at the end of the feet, but it's just the whole like head and upper body. Maybe if they could have made it look a little more like in the comics, at times it does kind of look like a robotic suit, and maybe made like the suit look more robotic or something. I don't know, but. You know, it's just like I said. I'm not blown away by the look of it.
I'll have
Looks
to
fine.
see more of it. You know, I think they've done a good job, I'll tell them, in the suit of kind of differentiating it from Falcon.
Yeah.
You know, he's not just like a green Falcon. He looks like you know, he's kind of got a more involved suit than Falcon. But I wanted to talk about this very sort of second to last shot in the movie where Spider-Man is holding together this boat here. Now that looks pretty intense. My complaint about it is it's kind of something we've seen before, right?
I mean, at the end of Spider-Man 2, when he's stopping the train,
Classic scene.
you know, he's
Best
got his,
superhero, second best. It's up there. It's like top 2 best superhero scene of all time.
yeah, where he's stopping the train and he's got the web and he's trying to stop the train with his webbing, and he's, you know, just having a hard time doing it. Yeah, that scene looks very reminiscent of it. It's essentially the same scene, except instead of a train, it's a boat.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like Speed.
Which I guess in that term, it does raise the stakes a bit, but, you know, again, it's, you know, something like I said at the beginning with the bank robbery scene. It's kind of a little redundant in terms of like, I've kind of seen this before.
Yeah, even
Is
if
it
it's
better?
better
I don't
done,
know.
it's still something that we've seen before. So
Yeah.
come on, Marvel, spank us with something new.
But, you know, they've made 5 Spider-Man movies. I mean, we're bound to get stuff that we've seen before. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man was essentially just like Spider-Man 1, except more boring. But, you know, so yeah, I mean, they've made so many stuff, you're bound to have stuff that, you know, you've done before, you know, and if you try to do it before, you know, you try to bring something new to it. Maybe they will. Maybe the boat scene has more to it than just the fact that he's like, gotta hold these things together, but.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. And then
And the
we
nice
have
little
the
button.
final money shot of Iron Man and Spider-Man swinging together. Isn't that adorable?
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't feel like that was a very good button because, you know, the button should have been that he's holding the boat together, and then it should have just ended. And usually at the end, at the end of a trailer, they'll show like the title card. Then they'll kind of have like a little funny thing at the end or whatever. Instead, it was just them swinging, and, you know, again, I've seen it before. I saw it in Civil War. So, you know.
All right.
I mean, it's
I think
nice to
some people like that.
It's nice to see Iron Man in his suit, but again, that could have been something that was saved until like another trailer.
No, true.
To where it's like, oh, Iron Man's going to be in a suit? Because we knew he was going to be in it. We just didn't know if, like, oh, is he going to be in a suit? What capacity is he in it?
What do you think of the trailer overall?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was good.
That was
It was good. It didn't knock my socks off. I love Spider-Man as a character. I already kind of have some reservations about this movie that I won't get into, but, I enjoyed his performance a whole lot in Civil War. I thought Tom Holland did a great job. It's like I said, I like the suit. The trailer looks good, but again, it's like I said, some of the stuff seemed a little redundant, in my opinion. And I just don't know if there's a lot that they're going to bring to the table that's brand new. I like Michael Keaton in it, I like Donald Glover's going to be in it and all that stuff, but I guess time will tell.
All right, time will
Another
tell.
trailer.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, but well, there we go. That's been our reaction and thoughts on this Spider-Man trailer. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and tell us what you thought of the trailer in the comments.
How many webs do you give it out of 5 webs?
Yeah, how many webs do you give it?
I asked you.
Oh, you're not.
How many webs do you give it out of 5?
Oh,
out of 2 webs, how many do you give it? You give it 1 or you give it
I give it 3.5 webs.
3.5 webs?
Yeah.
I said out of 2, but
Oh,
because
out
of
of
2 out of the 2 webs, because
Oh.
he does
Okay, 1.5.
1.5 webs. Wait, huh? Okay, yeah.